Thanks for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I am Prisca Julien. In the headlines, Dominica makes first shipment to hurricane-stricken islands and EC 4.7 million for interventions in the East. Stay with us for details of these and other developing stories after this.
When you think about it, food is life. That's why people come to Dominica. They don't only come for the waterfall or the scenery or the views, but it's the flavor. Sometimes it is just what they can taste. The flavors that we have here, you can't find anywhere in the world. They are truly unique. I've been in business 17 years and I see so many guests come and go. My business is to put a smile on their face and something good in their belly. Everything we serve here is local. It comes from all over Dominica. So we get fresh lettuce, or vegetable, or fish from Saint-Sauveur, all our product from the farm. Sometimes go on the farm and have them pick. The uniqueness of the experience is in how authentic it is. I heard the taxi driver promoting my plantain chips. I said, that's the best plantain chips I ever have. I don't have to go and put it on TV. Money is not everything, but leaving customer with a smile, friendly service, and they will come back. This is the real Dominica. I'm just proud to be a part of it. My name is Maurice Smith. They call me Rudy. Tourism is my business.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit has asked Dominicans to show full support to victims from sister islands who suffered loss as a result of Hurricane Irma. The Dominica leader recalled the immense support Dominica received from these islands following Tropical Storm Erica 2 years ago.
When we were hit in 2015, and we don't have to go back to Hurricane David, because many of us were not born, and those who were there would be very young and so forth, and so forth. I was only about a few years, Hurricane David. But we don't have to go back to Hurricane. All of us, majority of us would have been alive, at least those of us who can speak, would have been alive in 2015, and we know of the outpouring of support from these countries. It was overwhelming, it was tremendous. The little that we have play our part in assisting these countries in getting them to return to a sense of normalcy so they can rebuild their country in a quick fashion.
The islands of St. Martin, Tortola, Anguilla, and the British Virgin Islands, as well as Barbuda, suffered major damage as a result of the Category 5 hurricane. In a press statement on Monday, the Honorable Prime Minister clearly stated that he does not subscribe to a mass evacuation of all Dominicans living on these islands. He maintains that Dominicans continue to play an integral role in these societies, and these countries have helped improve the lives of many. The nation's leaders stressed that Dominica's approach to the situation should not be biased.
Leadership requires a certain level of soberness, a certain level of reason in addressing these serious issues. And we must be very careful that we don't appear in the eyes of these people, especially the quote-unquote indigenous people of these countries, that we're making fun of their situation. And we're not serious about our intent, our willingness to help. You understand? You have to be careful with this. And I really want to send a very strong verse. We should avoid appearing to be partisan for approach and our response to the needs of the people.
The nation has pledged over $2 million in support to these nations, and 4 containers of dry goods and water have been shipped to Anguilla, St. Martin, and Tortola. The government of Dominica has also set up a relief fund. The National Bank of Dominica account number is 615-000-493. Also this news time, Dominica has made its first shipment to the countries which were battered by Hurricane Irma. On Monday, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit held a press conference to update the nation on his visit to Anguilla, Tortola, and Antigua. At the press conference, the nation's leader made a commitment to send relief supplies to those islands. On Tuesday, he delivered on this promise when 4 containers left the island to both Dutch and French St. Martin and Anguilla. At a press briefing on Wednesday, the Honorable Minister for National Security, Raymond Blackmore, indicated that St. Martin was one of the first countries to assist Dominica following Tropical Storm Erika, and he was pleased that Dominica was able to return the favor.
We must never forget that when we suffered tremendous damage caused by the tropical storm Erika, the number of countries came to rescue. St. Martin was among the first to have done that. We also got tremendous support from St. Thomas and all of the countries within CARICOM and other countries. So I think we are very much honored to be actually lending support to these countries in a terrible time of need.
Honorable Blackmore commended the staff of the Office of Disaster Management, which has been a driving force in this humanitarian effort.
I want to place on record my appreciation for the tremendous work that has been done so far by the Office of Disaster Management. And I want, in a special way, to commend Officer Pascal, the coordinator of the unit, and also Mr. Cecil Shiniford, who is a great Dominican in his own right, and working in concert with all the relevant agencies.
He also took the opportunity to thank the private sector, which has been working collaboratively with government in contributing non-perishable items.
I also want to place on record my appreciation for the private sector who came on board from day one, and we were able to actually even get Kubuli on board to provide water. So we were able to ship at least a container of water from Kubuli, is not so?
Yes.
Last night to St. Martin.
Receiving a container.
And then we're receiving on Thursday another container from Kubuli, and on Friday or Saturday another container again. We also got from Josephine Gabriel, of course, Topiton, and that does what. So I'm happy that we're able to export Dominica.
On Wednesday, a mixed container will be shipped to Tortola and is expected to arrive by this weekend. Disaster management consultant Cecil Shillingford says next week, persons wishing to send relief supplies to their families will be able to do so. He detailed the continued process of the relief efforts to these islands.
We're going to begin to receive foodstuff, water and foodstuff from the general public. People who want to send to their relatives and friends in the stricken countries, they can box them properly, label them with large labeling, bold the prints, and they can deliver it to the pack house, the Dexia pack house at the back of Aid Bank, and they will be collected there and shipped on with other items that the government may raise over the next couple of weeks. So from next week, Monday, we'll put out an announcement to that effect. And from next week, people can begin to bring in their stuff.
An account was established at the National Bank of Dominica for anyone wishing to make a financial contribution. This account number again is 615-000-493. Contracts amounting to $4.7 million have been signed between the Ministry of Environment and 3 contractors for remedial works on 3 sections of road on the eastern side of the country. The contracts were signed at an official ceremony at the Ministry of Health Conference Room under the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, DVRP, a $106 million project funded by the World Bank and the Government of Dominica. The DVRP aims to reduce the risk of the adverse effects of climate change on the island. Under this project, government proposed to undertake considerable work on the east coast from Port Cassé to Bois Diab, Bois Diab to Casabrousse, Casabrousse to Petit Soufrière, and Casabrousse to Hatton Garden. However, following the passage of Tropical Storm Erika, immediate works were required.
In the upcoming weeks, residents can expect construction activity such as the erection of retaining walls, reinstatement of broken edges and pavement, river dredging, road realignment, to avert further land slippage, installation of guardrails to increase safety of bridges, cleaning and widening of culverts and earth drainage, construction of ring walls, and installation of gabion baskets. These projects are very important to us in the Castlebruce constituency.
Work will be done from Belfield to Castlebruce by Ada Trucking Limited, Castlebruce to Petit Soufriere by George Nanton Trucking Excavation Services, and in Castlebruce by Jazz Sales and Services Limited. However, the Ministry of Public Works has undertaken a number of interventions in extremely vulnerable areas in the East ahead of this project.
This ceremony, I say, is further proof of this government's commitment to improve our road network across the island to ensure the safety of all road users. And I say further, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said before, that the evidence of this abounds as this government continues to work feverishly to build a robust network of roads guided by our principle of building back better. I would like to extend congratulations to the contractors who have been awarded the respective contracts. Thank you for partnering with the government. Indeed, much is expected of you, and we all, especially the residents of the Castlebruce constituency, look forward to the usual high quality of work that you have done in the past.
The Honorable Minister for Health and Environment, Dr. Kenneth Daru, remarked that these immediate works are critical for the safety of the people.
While these interventions might seem modest, individually and collectively, I think they're going to go a long way into allowing the residents of the Castlebruce constituency, the Petit Soufriere area, to sleep much better.
Consultations have been held with the people of the East to inform them of projects to be undertaken, and landowners who are affected by these interventions will be compensated. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I've been in the business for over 16 years. I get up in the mornings and I look forward to having the next cruise ship berth on island. When the visitor steps off the ship, the first impression is me. And I believe that I need to put my best foot forward and to ensure that everything I do it to the best of my ability. Based on my recommendation, visitors go to various sites, restaurants, bars, and vendors. I take that responsibility very seriously. I would like that the guest receives the same service that I have provided to that individual or guest. This business is bigger than me. Everybody plays a role. The cleaner who cleans my bus, my mechanic who does my checks, those persons ensure that I provide a quality service to the guest. The tourism dollar doesn't just stop with me. It allows me to pay the bank, visit the supermarket to feed myself and family, and have a drink with friends. My name is Jenna Gist, and tourism is my business.
The Dominica Broadcasting Corporation, DBS Radio, has come on board as a silver sponsor of this year's World Creole Music Festival. This was announced during a World Creole Music Festival press briefing on Wednesday, where Acting General Manager of DBS Radio, Curtis Matthew, revealed that the company will be donating $30,000 in kind towards the staging of this year's event.
As the national broadcaster, we have a responsibility to promote and develop the Creole culture, and that's why we've been there from the inception of the festival. What is our contribution to the festival this year as a silver sponsor? We invest in over $30,000 in kind. If Val Coffey, if he were here this morning, he would smile. $30,000 from DBS for the festival this year in kind. So DFC personnel will also be on Talking Point, one of the major programs on radio in Dominica. DFC personnel will be on. We also have the Esperios Creole program hosted by Melia Joseph, who is here today. We'll expect to have people on that program too. The various shows and press conferences like these will also be broadcast live by DBS Radio.
He further commented that the DBS broadcasting team will be both promoting the event beforehand as well as covering the 3 nights of pulsating rhythms, providing up-to-date interviews to the general public.
our 3 daily newscasts, 6:45 a.m., 1:15 p.m., and 6 p.m. will feature interviews and news items about the festival. The hit-powered Creole on a Friday night and Kadas Spectacular on a Saturday afternoon, hosted by Leroy Waddix Charles, will continue to feature the festival, and our What's on Slot will also promote the World Creole Music Festival. Our team of broadcasters will be at the Windsor Park Stadium for coverage of the 3 nights of pulsating music. We've already put together a very excellent team, a team who understands the music. They will be there doing interviews and commenting on the festival during the 3 nights.
At the press conference, sponsor and local company Pirates Limited also made a significant contribution of $10,000 to the DFC.
This is a real pleasure and an honor, I will say, every year to deal with DFC and all the team of DFC and the World Creole Music Festival. You know, our little company, it's making an effort every year to work with you and to participate as much as possible. So this year, I think we have an agreement for $10,000 value that you can use it however you want it, and we have been doing that for the past 8 or 9 years, I think. This year, I'm sure, I'm convinced that's going to be a very, very big year and a very big festival for everybody. I think everybody ready to party and to enjoy the festival. On our side, you know that if you want the best, you come to the Pirates. Okay, and that's why we've got this kind of partnership to make sure that all patrons and artists get the top of the line of our category of product, which is alcohol and wine.
Other partners include the government of Dominica, who has contributed $1.78 million, the Discover Dominica Authority, Digicel, J. Astefans and Company Limited, Depex, and Fine Foods Limited, among others. The 3 nights of Pulsating Rhythms is carded for October 27th to 29th. And that's news. Coming up next, your tip of the day.
I've worked in the service industry for 9 years, and I love it because of the people I get to meet every day. And that's one of the reasons I went back to college, to be better able to serve the tourists when they come to our destination and to be able to learn more about Dominica. I love learning more about Dominica because the more I learn, the more I can share. And I just want to share Dominica with everyone. I'm from Munjan, which is in the southeast of Dominica, and have lived overseas for 24 years. Living overseas has made me appreciate Dominica and all it has to offer, like taking a walk in the forest, going to the botanical garden, or even drinking fresh Sus water. I never thought I could miss green so much. Even as a student, I'm still directly linked to the tourism industry, from something as simple as giving directions to tourists, or even more involved like an internship at a hotel or a cleanup campaign with DHTA. As a tourism student, I have made the decision to take my place in this tourism industry. My name is Lucina Nicholas, and tourism is my business.
Succeeding in a demanding, changing workplace requires a strategic career management plan. Here are a few tips to ensure you successfully build the career you imagine. Attend classes and training sessions to increase your knowledge. Seek a mentor from a different department than you'd like to explore. Job shadow other employees in your company. That is to learn about different jobs. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Prisca Julien. Thanks for watching.